Just a minute. Oh, hello. It's Banks, isn't it?
Yes, how do you do?
Fine, fine. I'm Herbert Freedy, by the way. Please, come in. Have a seat. How may I be of service today?
We need to have a talk, Mr. Freedy.
What about, Mr. Banks?
We're here on behalf of Fatty Walsh. Do you know him?
Fatty Walsh? Oh, God. Oh, God. Listen, please, listen to me. I'm in a difficult position right now. I've tried to stop drinking, believe me. It's put me in terrible debt, just terrible. I thought I could just stop cold turkey, but I'm too weak. Please, I'm begging you, tell Mr. Walsh I'll get him his money soon, but I can't go on like this. I just can't.
You enjoy your job, Mr. Freedy?
I would say so, yes.
Been working for Mr. Merrick long?
Well, about 3 years now, yes. Why'd you ask?
I'm just a bit interested in how you got such a high-ranking position in such a short amount of time.
I'm not sure what you're implying, young man, but I can assure you my credentials are what got me here, nothing else.
That's good to know. Now, Mr. Freedy, I think we can all come out of this winners if you just listen to me.
Oh, okay.
Mr. Freedy, you seem like a smart man. You don't want to get hurt, I don't want you to get hurt. So I suggest you cooperate with us.
Now, wait a minute. Who said anything about getting hurt? We don't need to make a mountain out of a molehill. Just tell me what it is you want.
We're here to teach you a lesson about paying on time.
Where do you get off? Lack of punctuality isn't a problem I have. It's just been a bad month. Can't Mr. Walsh make an exception? I'm only human, after all.
I don't think you know Mr. Walsh very well. The phrase forgive and forget isn't in his lexicon.
Well, who's to say he can't learn? I'm sure he'd be perfectly willing to listen to reason.
Mr. Freedy, I'm afraid you leave me no choice. If you don't pay up, I'll have to go tell everyone in the office about your little indulgence.
If that's supposed to be a threat, you'll have to do better. My indulgence, as you call it, isn't exactly a secret around here.
So what's it gonna be, Freedy?
No deal, Banks. You talk tough, I'll give you that. But your bark, it's worse than your bite.
We need to have a talk, Mr. Freedy.
What about, Mr. Banks?
Save the drama for someone who cares. Butch, a little assistance?
What are you doing?
Now, are you gonna give Mr. Walsh his money or not?
You'll never get away with this! Merrick will hear about this for sure!
Butch?
Ow! Fine, fine. Tell Walsh I'll send the money tonight. Just leave me alone.
There now. That wasn't so hard, was it? Butch, could you see about getting this guy out of the office for a few minutes? I need to have a look around.
Sure thing. Hey, Rughead, let's step outside for a minute.
I beg your pardon?
I need to talk to you in private. Outside. Now.
Yes. Yes, of course. Not a problem. Let's just step outside the door here.
I'm afraid we've got to get going.
Fine. You can see yourselves out.
Welcome to the Alhambra drugstore, young man. How may I help you?
I'm looking for the owner of this drugstore.
Was there something in particular you needed?
I have an important business matter to discuss.
I see. Would you like me to pass a message along to him?
Yes, please. Tell him it's in regards to a debt owed to Mr. Walsh.
Ah, yes, yes, of course. I'll be sure to tell him as soon as he comes in.
Any idea when that'll be? We don't mind waiting.
Hard to say, really. It might be later this afternoon or tomorrow. He has a few other stores, though. Maybe you could go check there?
Maybe we will. Butch,
Yeah?
think it's worth the trouble of trying to smoke this guy out from his other stores?
Your call. I'm not too sure what he even looks like. Although I have a feeling he might just have run out the back exit.
Horse feathers! Go get the car and try heading him off. I'll get after him on foot.
You sure about that?
He's an old man. How much trouble could it be to catch up to him? Now let's quit wasting time and get after him. So, you've been getting a little extra booze on the side from Freedy. I'm sure that would really interest Fatty.
What? How did...
Was that really necessary?
Fine, fine. Tell Fatty I'll get him his money. Now, get out of here and don't come back.
Welcome to Beauregard's Diner, sir. Will you be wanting a booth or counter service?
Neither, actually. I was wondering if I could ask you a couple questions.
Sure. I guess that'd be okay.
I'd like to speak to the owner. Is he in?
He's in the back, but he's really busy.
I'm sure he is, but it's rather urgent that I speak to him.
Like I said, he's busy.
Tell him his brother Alfie needs to talk to him. Now.
Well, this just got interesting.
Okay, just give me a minute. I'll go get him.
What's this about?
Good to see you too, Bo.
Oh, don't give me that baloney. How many times have I seen you in the past 4 years? 2? 3? I know you're a fancy real estate big shot now, but you could at least have the common courtesy to keep in touch with your own brother.
Yes, I know. I've been a real chump lately, and I'm sorry. But I need you to listen to me for a minute. There's some serious matters we need to discuss.
Fine, I'm listening.
Are you familiar with someone who goes by the name Fatty Walsh?
Walsh? I think I got a note from someone named Walsh shortly after I bought the diner.
Did you read it?
No, I started to, but it seemed like some nonsense intended for the previous owner, so I got rid of it. Why? Who is Fatty Walsh?
Shut your trap for once, Bo, and listen to me. Fatty Walsh is not a guy you want to mess with. He runs a bootleg alcohol operation from the Biltmore, and he had a deal with the previous owner. Now, I care about you, and I don't want to see you get hurt, so...
Oh, now you care about me. That's a laugh. And how do you even know about this?
Because he sent me to collect the money. But I can tell him you'll get it to him.
What? You're working for the mob now?
Bo, calm down. I need you to listen.
No, you listen! I don't hear from you in years, and now you just show up out of the blue with some 2-bit thug and try and strong-arm me to giving money to someone I've never even heard of?
Hey now, there's no need for name-calling.
You tell your boss there's no deal. I'm not interested in any illegal activities.
Bo, wait!
I have been waiting, Alfie. Didn't you hear me earlier? I'm through with this. Just do me one favor, would you? Level with me. Why have you been avoiding me all this time?
Because it kills me to see you succeed.
What?
All your life, you've just sat around being babied. Well, I've had to bust my hump to take care of you and Mother since Father died. Then all of a sudden, you decide to ride my coattails and come down here?
I thought you'd be proud of me for showing some initiative.
You came down here, lazed around, spending Mother's money for a few years, then bought a diner. Am I meant to be impressed? You've had everything handed to you on a silver platter. Do you even know half of what I've done? I should be mayor of this city.
What's happened to you, Alfie?
Nothing's happened. I'm just finally telling you the truth. You asked for it after all.
You're right. I did. Now get out of my diner.
That was hot, woman.
Oh, shut it. I have to say, that went smoother than I'd expected. You're not a bad partner, Butch.
Thanks. You ain't so bad yourself.
Alfie, there you are. Thank goodness I found you. Maybe you can help me understand what's going on. I've just spoken with Mr. Freedy at the administration office, and he told me that you and another man had harassed him. Why on earth would he say such a thing?
Because we had to convince him to pay for the alcohol he's been getting from Fatty Walsh.
You what? Do you mean to say you're working for that gangster?
Yes, I am. As of today, actually.
But why? What would make you do something so drastic?
Drastic? Hardly. I'm just doing what feels right. You've never appreciated anything I've done.
Now, Alfie, you know that isn't true.
I looked up to you, George. The day you hired me on the Coral Gables project was one of the best I can remember. I did everything I could to help it succeed, bent over backwards to get where we are today. And how do you repay me? By making that two-bit snake oil salesman Dammers mayor instead of me.
Alfie, listen.
No, I'm through listening. I'm through running around like a chicken with its head cut off, and I'm through with you. When I came down here, my goal was to succeed like my father. Well, I can tell you right now, I've not only succeeded, I've surpassed anything he ever did, and I intend to surpass even the great George Merrick. So, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to report back to a boss who actually appreciates my hard work and doesn't just string me along like some floozy.
You have yourself a nice day, sir.
So, how'd it go?
The drugstore owner and Freedy will have your money by tonight. The Gables Diner deal is off.
Off? What do you mean off?
The new owner's not interested in continuing the previous arrangement.
A teetotaler running a diner. Go figure. Well, at least you got the other two to pay. Nice job, kid. I gotta confess, I had my doubts for a while, but you've done good. Welcome to our little family, Banks. You're gonna fit in just fine.